So the fifth chapter is the history of the Christian kingdoms of the north during the first 4 or 5 centuries of the Moorish occupation is mainly one of wars and intrigues against each other in the intervals of sporadic attempts to drive back the Moors. There were indeed occasions when one Christian state had Muslim allies against another Christian state. Until late in the 11th century, the Reconquista made little progress. The original Christian kingdom of Asturias, founded by Pelayo, see the end of chapter 3. Moved its capital from Oviedo to Leon at the beginning of the 10th century, and the Kingdom of Leon became the leading Christian state. But in the middle of the century the county of Castile, hostile to the Visigothic traditions of Leon, broke away and became independent. Meanwhile, in the northeast, the inhabitants of the Spanish March, under the leadership of Barcelona, regained their independence from the Carolingian rulers, the House of Charlemagne, in the 9th century. And in the 10th century, there was a dramatic rise to fame in the Basque Kingdom of Navarre in the Pyrenees. Early in the 11th century Sancho the Great of Navarre formed a union with Castile and conquered most of Leon. The union did not last long, and on Sancho's death Navarre, by his will, was divided into the 2 kingdoms of Navarre and Aragon. Ferdinand I of Castile completed the conquest of Leon, and Castile became the mainspring of the Reconquista. Ferdinand recovered from the Moors the northern part of present-day Portugal, which he organized as a county with its capital at Coimbra, and in 1085 Alfonso VI of Castile scored the first signal success in the Reconquista with the capture of Toledo. This was followed in 1118 by Alfonso I of Aragon's capture of the Moorish stronghold of Saragossa. After the loss of Toledo, the Moors called in to help the Berber dynasty, the Almoravids, from Africa. They were Muslim fanatics, and under Yusuf al-Tashfin they defeated Alfonso of Castile in 1086, recovering for Islam much that had been yielded. But Alfonso resumed the struggle, with the aid of a Castilian nobleman Rodrigo de Vivar, known as El Cid, a self-seeking adventurer, who at one time was in the service of the Muslim ruler of Saragossa. El Cid nevertheless became a legendary Spanish hero. He conquered Valencia and ruled there until his death in 1099 when the city was abandoned to the Almoravids. One of El Cid's comrades in arms was Henry of Burgundy, who came to Spain with other Christian knights to fight the Moors. This period, in fact, coincides with the start of the Crusades, and the zeal of crusaders from many lands did much to help the Reconquista. French, German, and Italian knights took part in the capture of Toledo. In return for his efforts, Henry of Burgundy was granted by Alfonso of Castile in 1093 the hand of his illegitimate daughter in marriage in the county of Portugal. Henry's son, Afonso Henriques, 3 years old on his father's death in 1112, assumed authority from his mother, the regent, when he was 19, and set about achieving freedom from the domination of Castile. He defeated the Spaniards in battle, and in 1143 was recognized by Castile as king of an independent Portugal. The Burgundian line ruled Portugal until 1385.